So, you know what time of year it almost is? It is almost time for New York Toy Fair again. And you know what is most likely not going to be shown? Anything Halo again! So, in case you guys don't know, I was just kind of sitting, I was like, man, I'm really itching to make a Halo video, and I want to talk about maybe some collectible stuff. Haven't done that in a while, there's been too much news, and I was like, oh my god, it's almost the end of January, and it's almost beginning of February, which means that Toy Fair is going to be starting, and I just completely forgot, because Halo has been so irrelevant at Toy Fair for so many years now, that I just almost forgot, because what was it, last year, we got nothing. I remember talking about that, being super disappointed. That's when we're still waiting for Wave 2 to be coming out, and even though it still never really came out. And so now we are almost at Toy Fair 2019, and it looks like there's going to be nothing again. So, I don't know. Obviously, we don't really know much now. I will try and keep you guys up to date when we end up getting stuff maybe, but I just remember the days of waking up and like checking the pictures and seeing all the new releases and all the new reveals of all of McFarlane stuff. I remember some of my first like videos on this channel that got kind of popular views, like maybe a couple thousand or whatever, were videos from Toy Fair. What was that? That had to have been like Toy Fair 2016 maybe, or Toy Fair 2015, somewhere around there. But I just remember watching those videos and making them and just talking about the reveals, and that got me so excited. And I don't really know what this video is. I was just kind of angry thinking about it. I was like, what has happened? What have we done? Where has Halo Collectibles gone? Because as how many of you guys, I love Halo Collectibles. That's why I talk about them on a regular basis. That's why I still collect them really regularly. And just, I never really collected Joyride. I was never really in that phase because I was a little too young at the time. But especially when McFarlane started becoming really popular, if you guys remember the days of going to like your Target or Toys R Us, RIP, you go in there and just seeing like just rows of like Halo Reach, like the generator defense packs, like the two things, and the weapon pack they released, and the, what was that thing, like the, just so many things are just flooding my head right now. I can't even put them into words, but just so many deluxe packs, so many cool things that that feeling is just gone. Obviously, a big part of that is just toy stores obviously kind of not being as prevalent as they used to be, and it's kind of weird because you think about like Toys R Us, them kind of shutting down mainly due to the popularity of online things like Amazon, but then you've got GameStop on the verge of shutting down and them resorting to pretty much becoming a Toys R Us, selling toys because no one wants to buy games physically anymore, and also GameStop is just a really shitty company, so no one really cares about going there, but that just really sucks. So just thinking about where we had started out, oh god, where we had started out with seeing like Halo 5 figures, or no, Halo 4 figures even, like seeing, I'm going through some of my videos on this channel, I had a video called Halo 5 Series 1 action figures released, and that video came out in February 16, 2015, so once again around Toy Fair time, and just the excitement of seeing new people getting the license. For this they had NECA, who was just about to make their Halo 4 statue, and it had also made their Halo 4, not their Halo 4, their big 18-inch, but they had made the statue, the Halo 4 one, and they were also about to make their 18-inch one that is really well known, that I think is a really great figure that I also have, and they just had those on display in addition to all their Halo 4 Series 3 stuff like Palmer and the Spartan Soldier and all that, and that just sucks that that time is gone, and that was fun, and obviously McFarlane is on top of it with their stuff. They had their stuff, they're still do, even though what their license they have now, like Five Nights at Freddy's, Call of Duty, Borderlands, I think they still have the Borderlands license. So they're still on top of it, showing off their stuff at Comic-Con and E3. And what did Halo have at E3? I think they had the Halo 5 Deluxe Arbiter figure on display at the Xbox Gear booth. They didn't have, they had a release date. It of course did not meet that, even though some people have it in a box. The Tartarus one actually came out, which I got my hands on, thankfully. It was like, what, 25 bucks, I think? I was okay with buying it. Haven't taken it out of the box. But obviously, that was McFarlane. Then we get to Mattel, which I still think how crazy it is sometimes that Mattel got the license. What was that, like 2016, I want to say? That Mattel became the main license holders for the Halo collectible brand, and that has had some mixed results. I've been thinking a lot lately about how to like summarize my thoughts, because I've hated and liked a lot of good stuff. I think most people agree that the first wave was not what we wanted to see. There were a lot of figures that just were not up to standards. The sculpts, I think, honestly, on a lot of them looked pretty good. However, where they really suffered was the paint. All you have to do is look at the Linda figure. That thing looks like ass. It is terrible. God, that thing looks awful. And it sucks. So we also did get some stuff, though, that we hadn't really seen in a while with McFarlane stuff. Like, we got that Mattel Ghost Elite Officer, you know what I'm talking about, the thing from Wave 1. And we also got Build-A-Figures, which we never got with McFarlane, which were really cool to finally have in a Halo thing. That, of course, didn't really pan out being anything exciting because we just kept getting Prometheans we got Promethean Crawler, and then we got 2 Grunts, and I don't even know what's happening now. So, who knows what's going on? What do we have now? We had the Wave 2.5, that's where we last left off, with the Forerunner something, Buck and Tanaka, I think we're on that. Oh, and then we also have the dude from the leak online, the Skeletor figure that for some reason they're making. Which, again, I think that's kind of cool. Mattel has all these licenses. I think they should take advantage of them and do weird crossover things like that. Halo's obviously kind of in a dry period right now. We're waiting for Infinite. So I think it's cool to kind of keep us entertained, keep us guessing with cool things like that. And I think that's fun. However, they obviously are so poor at their marketing, at just their communication. I know James Monosmith on Twitter, he is doing his best most of the time, but the communication, especially with a lot of him, has been poor. And not even him, but just Mattel and Halo gear in general. And just talking to them, he even tweeted like, what do you guys want to see in 2019? We just are like a more consistent release of Halo Mattel figures. If Mattel is going to have this license, they need to actually produce the figures and release them on store shelves, even if it's store shelves aren't possible, because it seems like they're not anymore with the way that the world works. Have them on Amazon if that's possible, because it seems like they're at least decent at doing that. They were pre-orders on Amazon for that, but then they've got them things releasing at like Kmart's in the Northeast when no one's gonna, or some people found them, but like if you don't live in the Northeast or Kmart is dead like it is in most of the country, you're out of luck unless you want to pay 50, 60 bucks, insane prices on eBay. Just get these really basic figures. And that's just kind of where we're at, so that sucks. And I think Mattel's done a lot of good. I think the prospect of having these retailer exclusives again is really cool. I like the different armor pieces being added on that you can mix and match, even though no one does that. I think that's pretty cool. I think that the idea of having the different helmets that they come with, like the Fotis and the Locust or the Fotis and the other helmet that came with that one, and having the Locust and the other helmet that came with that one, I think is really cool. And it just sucks to see that we've got so much news about this stuff over the last few years, but nothing's really panned out. What has happened in the last year that's new? I think in 2018 we got the leak, the Mattel Fall Catalog leak. I think that was 2018. And has that been it? The Funkos came out, I'm pretty sure, but that's a different company. And that's another thing. Where are the other companies with the Halo license? Back we had like Joyride, obviously not at the same time. Mega Constructs is still going strong. We had the original Funko Pops. We had NECA. We had all these different companies. We had McFarlane. We had all these different. We had Jada Toys, which they're still kind of doing stuff, sort of. We had the little nano figures. We had all these different companies all at one time making nice stuff, and that just really sucks. PlayArts Kai. I don't know. I haven't really heard a lot about new PlayArts Kai stuff lately. I don't know how popular they still are, but I haven't heard a lot about them. Even so, I don't know if they still have the Halo license or not. Last stuff we saw from them were the Halo 5 figures, and those were decent from what I could tell. Some people thought they were good, they just were a little overpriced, but now you can get them for pretty decent prices. So maybe try saying, hey, see if you can get on that. But there were just so many other companies that just were making Halo stuff. They still have the Halo Legendary Loot Crate coming out, but apparently that has distribution problems sometimes with a lot of people, and that has Halo icons, but I don't want to pay 40 bucks every 2 months just to get one little icons figure, so I normally just end up picking them up for used from my local bookstore, because they have them all, because everyone sells them for $6. So that's what I've been doing. And just thinking back to all the companies like 3A and Sideshow, and all these different companies were making premium Halo stuff, and to see that where we're at now with just the cheap Mattel stuff, which is $20, so it's not that cheap, but to see where we're at, where we've got Mattel just kind of reproducing the same stuff over and over again, being super inconsistent with the release dates, not being really transparent with any of us on Twitter with Halo gear, and I just hope that when Halo Infinite comes out, there is a big change, because if you ask me, everything pretty much needs a rehaul, or an overhaul, in my opinion. They need to get some new companies to start making Halo collectibles besides Mattel and Funko. They honestly, I think, I think Halo Infinite is probably going to come out next year, not 2019. I think that's a little too soon. So they've got some time, but I expect in 2020 for them to have nice Halo collectibles releasing from Mattel on a regular. Obviously, I say regular. They don't have to be that like regular, but enough to where we're not waiting for 2.5 or not 1.5 years for just no news really, and we're just left for leaks from random stuff that doesn't even make sense, like Skeletor figures, any of that. We need them to give the Halo license to some new companies that can make premium figures again. Whoever that might be, PlayArts Kai, I don't know what they're still doing, but whoever that might be that's still making premium stuff, just like, I know it's more complicated than that, obviously, but if they can find some way to do that, just make that happen. Have the second wave of Funkos released. Those actually released. Were on Amazon. Were in retail stores. I was really happy about that. And just have them release on a regular basis. Kotobukiyo, what are they? Just random fact, but what are they still doing? I have no clue. Just have them regularly be releasing and just make it better. Because there are not a lot of video game franchises that have as a varied history with collectibles as Halo does. Like, there is a giant like history of Halo collectibles dating back to when the game started in 2001. I believe the first like Joyride figures came out in 2003 maybe, so, or 2002. Anyways, it has been what, 17, 18 years. It has been a long time. So to see where we're at now just kind of sucks. And obviously Halo is not in a great state right now. Halo Infinite looks great, but in terms of popularity, with the community it's popular, but with your main, like, everyday person, since it's been almost 3 years since Halo 5 came out. No, it's been over 3 years since Halo 5 came out. So we're just kind of left in this drought right now where we don't really know anything, and I'm happy they're taking their time with Infinite. I just expect when that game to be released for Halo Gear to get all their stuff together, and just finally start releasing stuff on a regular basis, have a release on Amazon on time, have Funko release their second wave, maybe give the licenses to more other developers, toy makers, whatever you want to call them, so they can actually make figures on a regular basis besides us just having the random Tataku figure drop like once in the fall when no one really expected, having Mattel fall like catalog leaks when no one really like expects it, having them not release a figure that they've been talking about for years now. Like, the Wave 2 figures still aren't even available for $20, I don't believe, on Amazon. So I guess that's about it. I don't know what this video was. I literally turned on the mic, was like, I just completely remembered that Toy Fair is going to be in like the next couple weeks. So who knows, they may actually end up like showing stuff and really surprising me and actually like getting us back to those glory days like we were talking about. But if the last couple years are anything to go off of, we will most likely see nothing except maybe the Wave 2.5 figures with an actual release. I might do another video when it gets closer to what we might actually expect if they announce anything, and obviously I will, as always, discuss when we get more information. I'm not planning on stopping anytime soon since I really enjoy talking about it, and I really enjoy the community and just discussing with you guys about everything in this kind of world of Halo collectibles, and I'm just super excited for Infinite and to see what we can get when that comes. So, don't know what this video was, a rant type thing, I guess. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about anything I talked about, and yeah, thanks for listening and just hearing me go on about Mattel and how it's been rough lately. Thanks guys for watching. Majestic Gaming.